Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time my niggas talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga. Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time a nigga talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga.
Popping bottles and popping models before the I did. Blowing this green, my bitch better than poison ivy. I got that itch. Real nigga, how you define me? Fever pitch, I'm slick Rick back in the 90s. I got my patch on, used to fly all my packs home. Only personal smoke, die before it was well known. I'm talking Cali, San Fernando Valley gas, homie. Rain pulled up on me, had like 7 strands on me, no cap. Bars, these bars, I'm the captain of my shit. In fact, my niggas out, moving all type of shit. Eat up or be a hungry nigga. That ain't my forte. Lyrical slaughter, my mama said, I'm Bobby Boucher. They ain't gon' like me, I'm Donald minus the toupee. Blitz the guarantee, and I got my niggas on 3-way. A quick call, the king is sick, it's go time. I don't beg for stripes, nigga, I earn mine.
Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time my niggas talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga. Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time a nigga talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga.
Trophy case they loaded if I'm being humble. Man, my flow got splashed like 11 puddles. After school detention, you don't want no trouble. The way these bodies piling up, did somebody fumble? Stand over the body, let me ask you something. Stash the money in the oven, couple racks or something. Water main broke, so she called the plumber. Started poking shorty back like an acupuncture. Man, my appetite for money got me fat as fuck. Y'all be laughing to the bank, I'll be mad as fuck. In this game, it's one drive, you better cash in. Either you go run to death or somebody pass in. That sound tragic. Man, forget the casket. Skip the funeral arrangements and city taxes. Had to check my tax bracket. I'm gaining traction. And I still got my trophies, then you whack rappers.
Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time my niggas talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga. Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time a nigga talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The race going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gon' eat what I kill when I want it for craving, nigga.
Emerged from the freestyles in North Flame basement. King nigga, we don't even walk up on the
same pavement, Spence with it. Even if I crash, I'm still great. Strapped up, picture Bokeem running through them gates. I'm telling you, brother to brother, now can you relate? Where only big dollar amounts can restore the faith. Now it's scary hours amongst us. My hunger, it was a come up. Flow shine is when the sun up. Green Coopers in the cart move fast, so that's a wonder. Call it Alex Felix number, how it run up. I'm the son in the east of 5. I'm just waiting for my come up. Listen up, I'm Max, and I ain't just talking about my dream. An outcast, I threw 3 stacks to get that blue dream. Y'all shit me up. Said, nigga, you think you nice with them schemes? I told them if I'm on the scene, I'll close a capture for the team. Listen, I tripled up twice. Image MJ with the green. The hook set our greatness up. Yeah, none of our names be Kareem. Now it's trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time my niggas talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The rate's going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gonna eat what I kill when I want. If a craving, nigga. Trophies for the whole team. We got it on demand, we never sold dreams. Now the whole scene looking like a whole dream. That's why it's MVP trophies for my whole team. Got them hating lanes pissed every time a nigga talk. Winning all we know, be like fuck a sign of loss. The rate's going up, you could call it hustle heaven. I'm gonna eat what I kill when I want. If a craving, nigga.
Yeah. What up? It's your brother and your brother, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. And you already know y'all tapped into another episode of A Real Talk Podcast, E.N.E Sports Tuesday night wrap up. My brother King Els is in the building. What's happening? You hear me, El? Oh, El must have stepped out. He must be upstairs or something real quick. But you already know what it is, man. Shout out to my brother XL Pro in the building. The Final Four is upon us. You dig? Who gonna take it? Y'all see what the question was? You dig? I'm echoing in the back. Whatever that is, you gotta cut it off. Yeah. My brother XL Pro in the building. What's happening, man? It was good with your boy.
What's good?
Man, you already know, man. I can't call it, man. If I had your hands, I'll cut mine off, man. For real, man.
What's up, brother? Chilling out.
Yeah, man. I told y'all last week that I talked to G's, then.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure, I'll be smoking, I'll be forgetting shit. But yeah, though, man, we here, man. Tuesday night wrap up. I got my brother King Els in the building, man. E.N.E every day, all day, no days off. You know what I'm saying? Trophies for the whole team. Final Four is upon us. Got other things we're going to talk about as well. You know what I'm saying? But, the talk of the town right now is the Final Four as far as sports goes. You know what I'm talking about? And we got 4, if you ask me, powerhouse teams that made it. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm excited. Hey, what's going on this weekend, man? Where we at, man? Watching the games. That's where you got something going on.
Yeah, I got to study this weekend, bro. Heavy study weekend, man. I got a test coming up.
Oh, okay.
Next Wednesday, so I won't be on the show next Wednesday, y'all. Next Tuesday.
Next Wednesday?
Next Tuesday, I'm gonna be studying because I got the test on Wednesday, so I'm gonna be studying very hard for this test. Once I get finished taking it, I'll let y'all know what test it was. But I definitely, I gotta buckle down. Actually, today is kind of my last day, kind of cruising and coasting for the rest of the week, all the way to next week. I'm doing 2 to 3 hours a day straight study mode when I get off work, and we're gonna hope that everything good with the test, man, because that's what we got to do. Trying to level up in this lifetime, y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever the test is, I'm pretty sure it's a beautiful thing. And you know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High, gonna bless you with the wisdom and the knowledge that you need to have to pass the test of flying colors and achieve whatever it is you is endeavoring to achieve with this test you're taking and get whatever licensures or certifications that you're looking to see, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate that, y'all.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? King L came through prepared with the story, so we're gonna get straight to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And you know we're gonna do it like we used to. It's you know, exciting times coming up here, you know what I mean?
A lot going on, y'all. It damn near took me more time to condense what we is going to do today than getting the stories because there's been a lot going down these last week.
First quarter. E.N.E advances to the Final Four. Beckers, another big steal. Here comes Beckers with numbers, strong. Connects again.
That has carried into this game right now.
Such a great point, Alias. Beckers gets on the board.
I love the fried food, but she is
lean
and she is mobile, and you have seen her produce.
Beckers on the other end, finishes plus the foul. Inside. Beckers comes up with it. Good hands from Strong. Chen to the rim. Focus though in the collegiate game. Beckers a three. You bet. Here. Strong turns, dishes. Beckers again. Beckers will fire. Page Beckers.
You got a fire ass recruiting.
Trying to take out Page Beckers. Another bucket.
16 years. No player more important to her team's success than Juju.
Get that shit out of here, little nigga.
6 feet tall, really good length, good instinct, good closeout speed.
Give me all those.
5 to shoot. Beckers leading
and another one.
With possessions, he has orchestrated. He wants the two-player game.
Oh, we're gonna step back.
And some of them plays drawn up out of timeouts when she hadn't yet made one.
Another
Beckers, 2 more.
Go back with crispy.
Beckers has it knocked away. Fudd
And
goes
it's
back
gone.
door and lays it in.
Sheesh.
Hey,
Sheesh.
this is the first time I can't put the stamp. We got all number 1 seeds in the men's, and we got all number 1 seeds in the women's for the Final Four.
When the last time this happened? I wanted to ask you that.
I almost want to say it. Honestly, I don't know if it's ever happened, but if it did, it would have probably been the last time the UConn men and UConn women won the championship together.
Right.
But don't get me to, you know what I mean? Y'all can fact. Ain't no fact check because we ain't putting no stamps on what we saying here.
Don't quote me on that one, Jack.
Yeah, don't quote me on that one. But I do feel like if it has been done, we're all 4 number 1 seeds because normally the men's is what fucks it up.
Right.
Okay, never happened in history.
Which just said it.
Yeah,
Which just said it never happened in history. It's the first time in history. This is beautiful,
okay, yeah.
man.
So like I said, I'm like, my memory, it normally would pop up, but I'm like, I don't remember the shit happening, So I feel like, look, this the time the committee got it right.
Right.
A lot of people have issues. Yeah, I mean, all right. They ranked UConn. Yeah, we had to go against Florida early. But that's on us, man. We lost a lot of games we shouldn't have lost this year. We had a lot of injuries. The UConn men's I'm talking about, y'all.
Talking about the men?
Yeah. Because shout out to McNeely, man. He a true freshman. He going to the league, and he projected to be a lottery pick from UConn. We just like we had Castle go last year. I mean, we can't even keep these freshmen to stay at UConn, man. That's but that's a great thing.
I'm about to go run and grab me a Corona real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. You know, I wish we would just get to hold on to these players for just a couple years, because how we had Castle stay this year, which Castle's in the running for the Rookie of the Year, and pair him up with McNeely, you know, we got a great team. We still got Caravan, you know. His stock might not have went up any more than it was if he had went last year, because I know he declared in the draft, but he ended up coming back. But yeah, man, UConn, we in good hands. Our recruiting obviously is dope. You know, we done had, now they saying 2 freshmen back to back, possibly lottery picks. That goes a lot to your recruiting. So I'm glad that UConn's back to recruiting at the top of the game. That's a big thing. As far as the women's, Paige Beckers, man. So, you know, the reason why I wanted to show that, of course, I'm a UConn fan, but and there was no Juju out there. You know, Juju got hurt. Y'all remember we covered that a couple weeks ago, last week.
Yeah.
But USC actually fought hard in that game all the way until, I'll say, midway through the fourth. It kind of wheels fell off. But at the end of the day, man, us UConn women's, man, you know, y'all been having all these Caitlin Clark and Angel Reed stories, and, you know, Cameron Brink was a beast. But the only reason why I feel like UConn, and think about it, UConn got to the Final Four last year, and we've been hurt. We had 6 5-star players hurt last year. Now, yeah, if I say we had 6 5-star, everybody like, oh, yeah, we got talent. But I guess that's why here on A Real Talk, we gave so much credit to Caitlin Clark, because here it is. We had talk about the LSU who had, you know, with the transfer portal, you know, Angel Reese came in, Haley was there, and, you know, they had a stacked team. They had 4 top 5, you know, 5-star. We had, you know, SC that got mad 5 stars. You know, most of these teams is making it far in the women's tournament are teams that stacked from top to bottom.
That's a fact.
You know, so when we was talking about Iowa last year, it's because shit, they had 1 5-star recruit. The rest of them was 3-star and below. That never really, those type teams never get to where they are. So this year kind of even proves to, I think, CC's legend even more, that look at it. Like, you know, you got teams all these teams that's in the Final Four this year, stacked, top to bottom. They got girls on the bench that could go start for other programs right now, top programs. That's the 12th person on the bench. Same for the men's is dope, man. I meant to put something with the men's. You know, I do want to highlight another true freshman, because, before I do that, shout out to Sarah Strong, UConn, all day, man. She about to be a generational talent. Now, UConn, we about to be nice, because Paige, of course, is going to be a top 5 pick, top 3. You know, because she leaving this year. But we got Sarah Strong, and Sarah is what she did last night, like 22.17 rebounds. She was nice. I rock with it. So we'll see. You know what I mean?
Craig Harper was good, man. Craig Harper is still there.
We said
they still not cute.
Which one? Who's not cute though? There's some cold ones out there. I ain't gonna lie, watching the game last night, I'm like, damn, but I can't say that because these chicks are young, but I'm like, it's some cold. Some talent on the court. I ain't just talking about who. But yeah, shout out to the men's and women's, all number 1 seeds, first time in history. Great thing to see, man.
What's your take on it, man?
What up, man? Hey, man, I wanted to tell, because, you know what I'm saying, I seen something earlier, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't wait to get on the show so I could say something to L about UConn's women's. Now, what I'm about to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, is a feat. I don't know when this is going to be done again, you know what I'm saying, as far as UConn women's go. But I saw a stat today. The last 17 Final Fours on the women's side, UConn's been to 16 of them.
And the year we missed that one was another year with mad injuries. That was 2 years ago.
That's crazy, dog. To go to the 17 years and you go to 16 straight or 16 out of 17 Final Fours. That says a lot about your program right there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? UConn definitely gotta. I mean, UConn is UConn as far as women go, so they always gonna get the recruits. They always gonna get those top tier 5-star players. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, either way it go, you know what I'm saying? Like the back in the day, the old, you know what I'm saying, the Tennessee team from back in the day ain't never did nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it ain't never happened on the men's side, but that shows a side of dominance on the women's side as far as UConn goes to go to 16 out of 17 Final Fours. I don't think we'll ever see nothing like that again, for real. So definitely shout out to UConn's women for sure.
And that goes to coaching too, man. You gotta shout out, we shout out Gino over here, man. That's why when people say, or they ask, is he the greatest coach in basketball? I know a lot of people try to reduce it to, it's just women's college basketball. You can't compare him to professional coaches, but you also got to realize he's been dealing with top recruits, like Rob said, for a very long time.
These ain't just ass girls playing basketball.
You're dealing with the best of the best, and you got chicks. You got chicks on the bench that, like I said, could start for other teams. So the coaching doesn't just start on the floor, but it also starts with the mental and the ego. So we got to shout out Gino for being able to keep the egos in check and still win and play consecutive winning basketball. And I'm proud of the team. As much as we can give that much praise to the women's, the men's program, we are up there with, I want to say we like right there tied for the most championships in men's too. I mean, we have anybody in our era has won to any other program, flat out, since 99. We're the only team with 6 championships since 99. Y'all, as much as people may not mention UConn as the top program, they watch my team, UConn, win more than any other team. So the men's and the women's, and we had a down ass period for the men's program for a long time. I had some down years. But I'm proud of the programs. Shout out to all my homies. And we're trying to take it to the next level.
Let's go.
Smash. For sure. Suplex through the sheets. Smash. I always felt like she was a secret alcoholic. Crazy thing to put on somebody, but I'd put it on her. Smash. Pass respectfully. I might just give Karen a Taryn, but I just feel like her husband wants to be involved. Pass. Double smash. Okay, we're starting to cook up now. Smash. I feel like this is a veteran presence every locker room needs. Smash. Feels like she plays tough but cries a lot. Smash. Smash. Pass. And it's not a looks thing. It just feels like off this picture, she's been through a lot. One of those people that has been through enough, and you don't want to make life harder for him. I thought this was a player at first. Double smash in the GOAT conversation. I think the only one that can go band for band with her is this one right here. Stay with me now, because on game day, she'd really put that shit on. This is a 90s R&B triple double smash. Smash. Pass. But on the right day, I would, respectfully.
He said
smash.
90s R&B
for sure. Suplex through the sheet.
Hold on, who's the coach?
They showing you right there.
Damn, she pretty as hell. Natural long hair, chocolate.
He said, I'll suplex her through the sheets.
Sheets. Smash. I always felt like she was a secret alcoholic. Crazy thing to put on somebody, but I'd put it on her. Smash. Pass respectfully. I might just give Karen a Taryn, but I just feel like her husband.
This dude said give Karen a Taryn.
Wow.
That nigga said get a tearing. That was ignorant.
Husband wants to be involved. Pass. Double smash. Okay, we're starting to cook up now. Smash. I feel like this is the veteran presence every locker room needs. Smash. Feels like she plays tough but cries a lot. Smash. Smash. Pass. And it's not a looks thing. It just feels like off this picture, she's been through a lot. One of those people that you know's been through enough, and you don't want to make life harder for him. I thought this was a player at first. Double smash in the GOAT conversation. I think the only one that can go band for band with her is this one right here. Stay with me now, because on game day, she
put that shit on. He said she put
I ain't
that
gonna
shit
front,
on.
that is a like little dope. That is a dope little fit she got on right there.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny.
What up, hun? Your hair wrapped up in the bun, eyes shining like glass out in the sun. I like that, L. Thank you for doing that, man.
I agree with you too.
Thanks for putting that in the situation, man.
You know, I've been trying to lighten it up a little bit. You know, we get to our debates.
That was beautiful, man.
We can have fun with it too, y'all.
Yeah, you know. Shout out to the coaches, the beautiful coaches of NCAA basketball, man.
In the comments, let us know if you agree with him or not.
Y'all gotta check this out, man.
Yeah, I've seen this right here.
She like does the cute little like touch of the ear thing and smiles, and then wait for it later. Like his mom came out and
I'm gonna fix
it. I realized that you have to
Great hated. You party too, man.
I'm not here.
Mom ain't let nobody in close to JD5.
I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying like, the potential for like
Just a giggle in the guy.
Oh man.
This right here.
Look, he just a cheese in the guy.
Oh, he definitely was shooting the shot.
Look at her. She's pretty. Bad as hell. I'm going front, man. Juju fine as hell, man.
Oh, she definitely is.
Now, she ain't got no makeup. Juju ain't got no makeup on. I hope y'all notice this. Just naturally pretty. Naturally pretty hair.
Yeah, Juju cold for real.
Y'all gotta check this out, man.
Hey, man.
Mom's is cold too, though.
Yeah, Mom's was nice, but
she gotta relax.
She gotta relax, man. I ain't gonna front, man. I get it. Listen, I get it.
I get it. Yeah, I get it too.
Son, and we know the broads is out here, but this is Juju.
Yeah,
right.
This ain't no regular rap chick trying to come up on your son, whatever. It's just Juju. She's like the best player out of college, man.
Yeah, she low-key got a bigger name than he do.
I was just about to pause. You just took the words right out of my mouth, man. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
She's
already
got
that. Yeah, she got the Nike campaign with CeCe. She got the big ass.
Craig, you stupid, bro.
Yeah, she got the big ass poster. Paige actually is cute. You know what I mean? Paige is cute. You know what I mean? You got some nice little ones. It's that one. Oh my god, I forget what her name is. They got like 3. They got 4 that's cute.
Juju bad though.
But Juju like cold.
She cold. She's pretty young lady.
Even little Haley Van Lee, like she cold too.
That night we went back to Jack's house and Nelly had a party upstairs. Our coach used to live like 3 or 4 floors above Jack. Go up to Nelly's and it's the
first thing he said to us though.
Hey fellas. Woody's in the back rolling doobies. Woody Harrelson's in the back rolling joints. And keep in mind, this is our head coach after the first round victory. He's like, Woody's in the back rolling doobies. Go smoke with them. And we looked at each other like, what the did our coach just say?
I don't think you know about this.
After we beat Dallas that night,
we went
back to Jack's house and Nelly had a party upstairs. Our coach used to live like 3 or 4 floors above Jack. Go up to Nelly's and it's
the first thing he said to us though.
Hey fellas. Woody's in the back rolling doobies. Woody
Harrelson is in the back rolling dudes.
And that's a head
Hey,
coach
I
telling
like
you
these
that.
stories. Hey, L, man, I like these stories you got tonight so far.
Yeah.
Man. Man, shout out to Becky with the good hair, man. And Stack 5. You know? Let's watch it.
Hey, but y'all gotta watch
the back
that.
rolling joints. And keep in mind, this is our
that interview
head
was a
coach.
good interview, y'all.
After the first round victory, he's like, Woody's in the back rolling doobies. Go smoke with them. And we looked at each other like, what the did our coach just say?
I don't think you
Smoking
know
and
about
chilling.
this.
After we beat Dallas that night,
Yeah.
we went back to jail.
That's ill.
Yeah, it's a
And now
dope
in the
interview,
front door
man.
line.
I watched most of it, and Woody Harrelson, man, you know, he was a legendary guy, man. He still is a legendary guy because it's crazy that he has transcended through time and stayed relevant since Cheers.
Since Cheers, Jack.
You know, that was one of my mom's favorite shows. I remember.
That was one of my favorite shows as a kid, man.
Yeah, me too. Like I just remember watching it all the time with my mom. So you know, back then, you know, it ain't like now where everybody got TV in the room. Like back then, you had to, you know, you had to pick which shows you watch. And Cheers was definitely gonna be one of them shows you watched in my house.
Yeah.
Shout out to Woody Harrelson, man. And he, you know, if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all check out.
Sometimes you want to go, everybody know your name, man.
What's the movie? Hunger Games. You know what I mean?
Woody Harrelson character.
Yeah. If you go watch the last Hunger Games is about, you know, that's one of the dopest ones because it tell like how it started, the Hunger Games. So get a chance, go check that one out. You know what I mean? Because it talks about his character that you see in the other three movies.
The first person to win the Hunger Games.
Yeah, so it shows the origin story basically behind that.
Right.
But shout out to Woody Harrelson, man. I appreciate him in the entertainment industry. You don't really hear.
Like Craig said, facts.
Yeah, doing his thing, man, and he always seemed to be cool. Like always, kind of connecting with the culture in some shape, form, or fashion. You know, he was the first one that was him and Wesley Snipes. If you notice, they was doing a lot of movies together, kind of bridging that gap from White Men That Can't Jump to the movie with him, Money Train. You know, a lot of my favorite movies as a kid coming up was with Woody Harrelson. So this was a dope story to share because I rock with Woody.
Yeah, that's dope. I fuck with Woody Harrelson too, man. My favorite character Woody Harrelson played is when he played Mickey in what's the name? Mickey and Mallory.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember the name of that movie right now. It's leaving my memory, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's my favorite Woody world. But yeah, let's get to this. My homie KD on KG. Let's go.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about.
No, be real.
Or it could have been since you've been in the league. They might not be in the league no more.
KG talked the most shit by far.
By far.
All his little homies did too. Perk, Rondo, Paul Pierce. Like,
but KG, what he gonna say to you? What crazy shit would he say to somebody?
All the Celtics.
Like, pussy ass nigga, stop talking to me, nigga. You can't talk to me. Like shit like that.
Ooh, and you ain't even say nothing.
Me?
No, I'm saying it. I'm talking about KG say that shit. Nigga didn't even say that.
Say nothing. Like,
what the fuck is you talking
y'all
about?
niggas come up. Y'all niggas like they'll get a foul. Somebody Paul Pierce will get a foul, get to the line. Y'all niggas some studio gangsters, bitch ass nigga. Like he'll be on that type of shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
No joke.
And it's just like, and he with it. And I'm just, and all like his teammates with it too. And it's not like on no, like we trying to fight. If you really in your feelings, you're gonna want to fight these niggas.
And then they got you out your game.
It get you out your game. But if you like, nigga, because they respect hoopers.
Right.
That's one thing when we played against them, when we was young, they would start that shit. By first year, second, third year, they like, all right, we gonna hoop today. They chose who they talk that shit to.
Right.
But if you hoop with them, physical with them, and you play in a game with them, you ain't back down. They just gonna hoop. But KG said
to talk the most trash in the league.
He couldn't even say it when he just said the first one. it's so funny because when he first asked him the question, and he said in the league like currently, and he like, you can tell KD, he like, ain't nobody in the league talking shit to me now.
I peeped that too, man.
And then when he asked him again, like, it ain't even got to be a player in the league now, he instantly was like, KG. You know,
everybody be saying that about KG though, man. KG, Kobe, Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They say that nigga Kobe used to be talking shit to niggas like.
Yeah, Kobe was a motherfucker out there, man.
Rest in essence to Kobe, man. You know what I'm talking about? I miss my nigga Bean, man. For real, man.
The reason why, you know, when you look at stories, I still feel Kobe has the best story. Like when we talk about the GOATs, we talk about MJ, Bron, Kobe. And the reason why I feel like Kobe's story is like the best is just because, you know, Jordan and Bron, they was like the one as soon as they came in the league. Like they was expected to take their franchises to the next level. Well, MJ, they kind of looked at MJ like back then it was, you know, 7 foot and up league. So they was like, they got clips where they say, hey, MJ ain't gonna do shit. Like he can't carry a team. You gotta be 7 foot to carry a team. And then MJ come and bust all the guys. So he actually went against what the actual league was designed to be at that time. That's another reason why, you know, MJ is kind of held a little higher than most. But Kobe literally came off the bench, you know, because he, you know, he walked into a team. You got Eddie Jones, you got Nick Van Exel, you got actual all-stars already there established in the league. So Kobe had to sit for a little bit before he got to do what he did. And once he got the chance, he never looked back, you know? So that's why I respect Kobe's story. And I feel like he got the best story by what he ended up being, because I don't think anybody would have expected him to be what he was at the end of his career based on how it started. You know, people expected Bron to be where he is. You know, they nicknamed him the king before he even played a fucking game. I remember the commercial and everything. So they had Bron there as far as what they thought he was going to be. And MJ was pretty high heralded after his first year for the way he came in and started doing what he was doing to Cats. But Kobe, yeah, Kobe had to wait for a little bit.
This nigga Craig stupid, man. That's a fact, though, man. That's a fact, though. Kobe's stories wouldn't hit like Vernon Maxwell's stories, man. I've been saying, man, Vernon Maxwell. I think Vernon need to get his own podcast, man.
I had a Vernon story too, but I'll save it for next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna say the Vernon ones for next week.
Big homie,
well, not next week. It's gonna be 2 weeks because we off next week. Yeah. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to KG, man, for being a guy that always kind of was an instant fire starter, man. You know, and they say he like that just in real life. Like he just always instant energy.
Who, Vernon?
KG.
Oh, Kevin Garnett.
They say that they actually you know, a lot of players will confirm they like the way that you hear KG talk and people think it's just him putting on the act. They're like, that's how he literally is all the fucking time. They're like, when he wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, he's that same nigga with mad energy like that all the time. So, you know, shout out to KG. The ticket.
Yeah, KG, man, I fuck with KG, man. That's my homie, man. I always like KG. You know what I'm saying? KG just seems like he a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I look at KG interviews when they be on their podcast too, man. You know what I'm saying? KG, he don't take himself so serious. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get to this clip right here, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. E.N.E Sports, man. Y'all know how we do it, man.
Holy
Man.
Hey man,
You
hey
made
man,
it,
keep your
made
hands
it hit
kids
hard.
up. Don't be touching these people kids out here, man.
Hey,
Let
the
the
niggas
little,
paper.
hey, let the little young brethren fight, man. Let them fight.
No, don't let them fight. Don't do that. Don't listen to Bird on that one.
Let them duke it out. Now, don't let them duke it out. No, definitely stop them from duking out. But that don't mean y'all duke it out. And parents, don't touch other people's kids. What you think gonna happen? That's crazy, man. Why would you do that, man? What you think was gonna happen? Let me be out there, somebody run up on my kid like that. That's all I got to say about that, Jack.
And I brought that up for this. Is it right? Is it wrong? I had mixed feelings.
It's both. Now,
You
now,
know,
L. Now, hold on real quick, L. Right? And I'm gonna pass the mic to you. I'm gonna just say this real quick because I got a frame of reference right here, specifically with this. You know, I film youth sports. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very familiar with this. You know what I'm talking about? And, what I can and will say is that parents be bugging. You feel me? Parents be bugging, wilding. You hear me? I had the opportunity a few years ago to go film a football tournament. You understand me? In Tennessee. It was a dope experience. Shout out to my brother James, man. We went down there to what's the popular spot down there in Tennessee called, man? In the Smoky Mountains.
you was up in not Nashville, but
not Nashville, but
Gatlinburg.
Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
We're down there in Gatlinburg, recording, filming the tournament down there. Beautiful experience. Shout out to my brother James, man. And it was a situation in one of the games where one of the damn parents up the strap, man. They called the police up there and everything. And somebody got bagged and everything. It was crazy. Not to mention my experience in the city. So I'm just saying, you know, I got firsthand experience with how these parents be acting crazy. Now, granted, the young boys is out there playing, it's passionate, you know. Things can get heated, I understand. And it's always definitely, like El said, definitely gonna break the young brethren up. We want them to be able to display and understand what sportsmanlike conduct is. You feel me? But I'm just saying, from a person speaking with personal experience with this, firsthand experience with this, parents be acting crazy, wilding, and this is just never it right here. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to always come from the perspective of your child. Like somebody, a grown man, run up on my son like that. Whether he was in the wrong or not is different, right? If he was in the wrong, it was the way you could have handled that, and I wasn't even a trip as a father. But pulling your hands on my son, though, that's crazy, right? And I'll pass it to L with that.
I feel so. I don't feel the parent. I'm gonna say that all the time. Super excessive. I don't feel like the dude did anything that was like excessive. He simply just went in and broke the kids up. It wasn't like I didn't see where he didn't even snatch the kid up. He just kind of moved him out the way, like, you know what I mean? As a kid that came up and I played, you know, football, basketball, mostly those were my two sports. I ran track too. So what's crazy is I felt like my track coach, which y'all know the homie Jamal Moses who comes on here, his mom was my track coach. And my homie Maul, you know, I felt like his mom was the toughest on me than probably like any of my coaches. And I only dealt with her for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade because at my school we could only hoop 6th grade and up. So 4th, 5th, and 6th, I ran that last year just to get in shape before basketball season. But yeah, man, coaches used to that was life. like I said, we didn't really scrap when we was younger when it came to games. So this wasn't like shit that we dealt with, and we had very competitive games as kids. Hoop tournaments, I played in 3-on-3 tournament. Gus Macker, Hoop It Up, Clark Kellogg. I played in all those little tournaments, and those to me got more chippy than the leagues that I played against the same people over and over and over again. So when I saw this, man, it just was like, man, the parents got to relax, man. You got to allow your kid to have correction from other people. I think this new generation of parents where only I can touch my kid and only I can correct my kid. That's why a lot of these kids is fucked up out here. That's why it's fucked up out here, honestly.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
That's an absolute fact. I'm telling you.
Kids need correction from adults, and when you put that in their mind, what happens is you create a lack of you create a lack of respect for authority and adults, and then you wonder why these kids don't know how to have a good conversation when they approach cops and they get into a position where they're in a position of authority. And now y'all got cameras where we see these kids talking crazy to cops. And I ain't gonna lie, every time we always got pulled over, we was the night, Mr. Officer. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of trouble.
There wasn't no disrespect at all.
I'm trying to get out of trouble, not in the morgue. These kids don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they be on some bullshit, man.
I watch these videos that y'all posting. Y'all want us to be all sad, and I'm like, that little nigga asked for it, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's fucked up. But it starts here. And I think his dad doing that gives his son the mental to be like, hey, I can do whatever the fuck. I can punch a motherfucker in the face. My dad got me. I ain't gonna get in trouble. I can say what the fuck I want. I can do what I want, and my dad gonna come and he gonna do something like that.
Type shit.
And
that's absolutely not the perspective we want our young people, especially our young brothers, to be looking at things from.
Yeah, because we're already at a disadvantage, and luckily, my pops used to tell me the difference in the way that you handle certain levels of authority is with respect. And if it gets disrespectful, then you call on.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, you don't do the disrespecting. If the one time I got brought home and the cops, I remember. Let me tell you one story. I had a BB gun. I had my homies. We took the BB gun out. Got in a little scrap. My one homie had the BB gun. It fell out of his pocket in front of somebody's house. Somebody thought it was a real gun. We go over to Barnett Library. I'm looking out the window. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of cops out there. What the fuck going on? Not knowing that they out there waiting for us. We come outside. The cops is on the ground. And I'm also tell you, I'm smart. So I see they out there. I'm like, shit, we was about to walk out. I'm like, I put the BB gun in the trash can. Cause I'm like, ain't no way I'm walking out there with all them cops. And I didn't even know they was there for us. But I just was, we smart kids. And I'm like, we could just come back for the BB gun later. It'll still be in the trash can. These motherfuckers knew our description. They was on the knees. They had the guns pointed at us. And I'm like 12, 13.
Right.
So I get, to the altercation with the cops. They like, we're taking you home. There wasn't no charges pressed or nothing. But in the mix of this, they had the female cop pat me down. And when she pat me down, I said some slick shit like, oh, you like what you feeling, huh? Feeling myself. Now, they take me home. I get to my pops. My pops hears the whole story. The whole story. He wasn't mad until the point where the female cop, and they was almost walking away, and then she turned back around like, I remember it like yesterday. She turned back around like, oh, yeah. And when I was patting me down, he said, blah, blah. And my dad, he looked back at me, and that was like when you see the fire in your pop's eyes. That was the only thing he was mad at. Like he was mad, but he kicked my ass that day. When that door closed, that's only two. I only got 2 ass whoopings in my life from my parents. And that was one of them. And the reason that he broke it down, the reason why I got the ass whooping was because I disrespected a woman for one, and then I disrespected a level of authority for two. And that lesson always stuck with me through my life. Because he was like, you know, yeah, you're going to make mistakes, and I was going to be able to coach you on not take, you know what I mean, the peer pressure, you know, because it was also the peer pressure aspect, because I'm like, hey, I wasn't even going to take the gun. I know not to do it, but I was with my homies, you know, we in the house, and they like, this, and I'm like, well, fuck it, you know what I mean? Shouldn't have even did that. The BB gun should have never left the fucking house. But that wasn't the reason why. He was mad on that for a little bit, because he always talked to me about peer pressure, and you know, his thing is if all your friends jump off a bridge, are you gonna jump off? And you know, he was real big on those type lessons. Never follow in the crowd. Do what the fuck you know is right, no matter what. And I broke a lot of rules, but the main one was the disrespect. So this is what these kids gotta learn, and we gotta instill that more into these kids, because that's not only gonna help them be more productive in society, but it's gonna help them get a lot farther. It opens more doors. You never know, that little level of respect can get you a little extra in life. So a lot of y'all be closing doors that you don't even know be open just because you want to have the last word. You know,
want to be a tough guy.
Yeah, you want to be a tough guy. Most of y'all ain't even gotten a fight in your life.
I'm talking about even had the motherfucking a kerfuffle.
And it don't even matter, man. You know, for one, y'all shouldn't even be fighting out here. Honestly, you know, y'all got too much technology. Y'all got ways to get money that we didn't even have to get.
Right. You become a millionaire at 14 years old legally.
Yeah. We didn't have those options, man. Y'all got so many options to be great, be way greater than we was. So take advantage, y'all. Don't shorten y'all's options out by reacting emotionally out here. Control y'all's emotions.
That's a fact. I'm about to get into some E.N.E right now, man. Shout out to my brother King Els, everybody else in the chat. Y'all know how we do, man. You listening to this joint right now from my brother King Els called Hennessy, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Sharing, social engineering, E.N.E every day, all day, no days off. Let's go.
E.N.E, E.O.D, I.V. You know what it is. You know what I mean? Energy never dies. We immortalize. When you stand as the king, it's like near a ghost. I ain't gotta say much, killed them off the shed post. Look up, look around, I see none never close. Murder with success, close to see us still go. When you stand as the king, it's like near a ghost. I ain't gotta say much, killed them off the shed post. Look up, look around, I see none never close. Murder with success, close to see us still go. You ain't heard of who, they keep it true, I never heard of them. Fuck a group thing, now you can heard of me. I got slight struggle dealing with the system person, man. Just food for thought, pepper full, even when the verse in. Use your common sense, catch king in different continents. Witness the main forces at the 60 condiments. The niggas who? These niggas who? I ain't never seen them in the spot, popping bottles and models. Not promising models, and begging they follow. I let off a hollow, this man, you not to come up to God that she swallow. Bunch of dry pussy niggas at best, y'all weak bitches. I told the niggas in the pictures, I pop it, elite bitches. Elite nigga, when it's a guy, merch from the king. Pulled up like, nigga, what's the word on the scene? If you really feeling nice, we can step in the ring. I'm pound for pound the best, image void in the ring. Chef Ramsay with the knife work, see if the ice work. The feeling more great when it's off the right purse. It ain't nothing to put the switch showing like they like work. Keep shooting when they down to see if they like work. Kill them while they be the better. Hold up, nigga, that might work. I said, hold up. Kill them while they breathe is better. Hold up, nigga, that might. When you stand as the king, it's like near a ghost. I ain't gotta say much, took them off the shed post. Look up, look around, I see none never close. Murder with success. Close to see us clear go. When you stand as the king, it's like near a ghost. I ain't gotta say much, took them off the shed post. Look up, look around, I see none never close. Murder with success. Close to see us clear go. King.
Yeah. Another banger from my brother King L. E.N.E every day, all day, no days off. You did. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share your social engineering. You did. E.N.E Sports Tuesdays. Tuesday night wrap up. Yeah. Fire right there, bro.
Good look, brother. Woo. Good look, brother.
Fire. That was fire like that joint. Let's go.
Holland was a really good high school player. Good fake. Reed turned the corner and is fouled by Holland. Man, oh, come on now.
Oh, shit. Let's start hitting.
Big time brawl now.
This is Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I hear about this.
Stay out of the crowd. This is not good. This has been building on the last handful of possessions. Nas Reed had taken exception to Holland and was wagging a finger in his face. This crowd who braved the cold and the snow on its feet, applauding the intensity. The Timberwolves finally showing some fight in this ball game. And the officials are going to have a lot to look at as you look at DiVincenzo's neck. The coaches are getting into it. The coaches are literally fighting with each other now, too. JB Bickerstaff getting into it with Pablo Prigioni. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they're both wearing black, so you can't tell who is who. I don't think I've ever seen that before, Michael. I don't think I've ever seen a big melee like this.
Dang. Hey, man.
Holland was a really good high school player. Good fake. Reed turned the corner and is fouled by Holland.
Now, I should have played the whole thing because they was getting into it before this. This was a lead up too.
Big time.
The play before the play before kind of started it up.
The NBA YN.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good. This has been building on the last handful of possessions.
Wow. They're out here killing it. Hey, shut up.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
They're still going at it.
Shout out to the Pistons, man. The Pistons been out here hooping, man.
I was really taking exception to Holland and was wagging a finger in his face. This crowd who braved the cold and snow.
You gotta relax, man.
The intensity. The Timberwolves finally showing some fight in this ball game.
You gotta relax, man.
And the officials are going to have a lot to look at as you look at DiVincenzo's neck. The coaches are getting into it. The coaches are literally fighting with each other now, too. JB Bickerstaff getting into it with Pablo Prigioni. I mean, this is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
They're both wearing black, so you can't tell who is who. I don't think I've ever seen that before, Michael. I don't think I've ever seen a big melee like this. Holland was a really good high school player. Good fake. Reed turned the corner and is fouled by.
Good.
Crazy, man.
Playoffs coming up too, so
Playoffs will be here before you know it, man. And you know, things get heated and tense out there, man. You know. You know, we got dudes trying to get up in them Paul C positions, man. So
yeah,
emotions
every game
be
counts.
there. You know what I'm saying? Tension flying. You know, niggas is trying to get them seats, man.
Right.
You feel me, L?
It's getting real.
It's getting very real.
Yeah, y'all only got about 2 or 3 more weeks, 2 weeks before the playoffs, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crunch time, man.
Well, most teams got less than 10 games. You know?
And some teams, it don't even matter how many games they got left, they ain't gonna make it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's wow. Right.
Hey man, shout out to the Pistons, shout out to the Timberwolves, and you know, I'm glad to see them both having that fighting spirit. I ain't telling y'all to fight, but y'all at least look like y'all want to win. And that's a great
right.
thing.
You feel me? And I respect that. Let's go. Luka. Luka with the gun on LeBron.
Yeah, that was nice.
Dope ass picture right there.
Yeah, man. That's a dope picture.
Dope ass pic right there, man.
You know, if you a Luka and Brown fan, you definitely might want to get that picture for your wall.
That's a dope ass picture right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luka, man.
It looked like they kind of got back on the right road too, so they was kind of falling off. You know, they had lost like 7 of their last 10 games. Then they won 2, so let's see, man.
Who guarded you? Nobody. I was unguardable. Listen, I was
Cap.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention to what he's saying about it?
I was high school sophomore. Baby. There's a you know.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so you.
But then Tim would let him in at the end of the run. And so when he was 16, he was out there playing. And if you watch the game, he wasn't like dominating. He wasn't like, but he didn't stick out. You didn't go like, oh, there's a kid out there. It was like, oh, there's just another player out there. Like, you know, he got a couple buckets, went up and down. He wasn't at all ready to defend. You know, like if Stackhouse caught him, he'd take him to the hole. He wasn't at all ready to defend. But on offense, you know, if you can pass, you can play. And he could pass, and he had the size and the ability to get in and got a couple buckets. And it'd be interesting to see how he remembers those games. But I remember them for sure as him not at all ready to defend, but he never stuck out either way, which is impressive for a 16-year-old kid. He never stuck out like he doesn't belong. Yeah. But he also didn't stick out like he wasn't dominating anyone.
There it is.
Let it play. Let the beginning play one more time so they can hear the question.
Who guarded you? Nobody. I was unguardable. Listen,
Hey, let's talk about that hat that this dude LeBron got on, though, man.
Yeah, that hat is crazy.
That hat is just crazy. Yeah. That hat is fire.
It is. But LeBron was definitely that hat's fire, but he was capping, just like that hat.
Just because that had this damn head capping.
I was sick.
Cap.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention to what people are saying about it?
I was high school sophomore.
baby.
There's a you
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so you.
But then Tim would.
Whoever cut this clip up is hilarious.
It's hilarious. Shout out to Maverick Carter, man. It's very crazy how I know this dude, man. It's very crazy how I know this guy. Maybe one day I'll tell y'all the story. Not today, though, because that's not what the show is about tonight. But Maverick, shout out to Maverick, man. You feel me? And if anybody knows the real about LeBron, it's him.
Exactly, yeah.
So when Maverick Carter speaks on LeBron, it's 100% facts.
He definitely kept it 100.
Shout out to Maverick, man.
So, we're going to move through this one quick, but one thing I'll say about
it, bro, if you want to go ahead and speak on it.
No, I'm just saying, because it ain't much to really spend. It's an old story, but I feel like Bron, he great enough to where he don't have to do shit like that. You don't have to stretch it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't got to stretch it.
He don't. Right. He ain't got to put 100 on 10.
Yeah, when you're a top 10 player. Yeah, you're a top 10 player in the history of the game, hands down, cut dry at any sport. You don't need to stretch your legend out. And I think that's, the issue a lot of people have with LeBron is that, we watched, if y'all got a chance to catch the Pat McCaffrey show last week, LeBron did an interview there. They just dropped another interview today. I didn't get a chance to watch it that he did with Steve Nash. I've been hearing about it, but it just dropped today. I'll watch that tomorrow. It's just a lot in there that we already know the history of. So when you start, telling stories that we know is this way, and you telling it this way, it's like, bro, you ain't got to do that. So, Maverick told it, and you got to think. So the clip of LeBron is now. This Maverick story is years back. So Maverick already told you exactly what it was. So you would think, one of the issues that I did have with the interview, there was a lot of great points in there, but one of the ones is when, LeBron was just kind of shitting on his teammates. It was shit like that I just didn't like. You don't got to shit on your teammates, man. Either you won or you didn't. I haven't really seen, great players do that. They don't really talk about their teammates in that aspect like that. So to see,
maybe that's why Delonte clapped his mom's cheeks.
Could be, but I feel like Maverick, Bron. One thing I also didn't like is when he talked about his longevity and saying he spoke on the reason of his longevity when he came up. So he was speaking on like the reason why his longevity and him being able to do what he does at this age is because of his mental aspect, and that he felt no players before him had that mental aspect to do what he's doing in the years that he's doing.
Right.
One thing we ain't gonna do is take away what he is doing. But one thing we also ain't gonna do is give nobody no crutches and saying, if your body gives out on you, it gives out. Modern medicine is definitely different. Surgery game is different. The recovery game is different. It is a lot more options. So, and we also got to think of generations like, these younger kids, not saying that these cats are even taking steroids, but the food that we eat has been injected with steroids. So yes, we grow up a little bit more stronger just by the food that we eat naturally.
Right.
I was just joking with my cat the other day about I was hooping late last year, and as we get finished hooping, the AAU team comes in. I'm thinking, I'm seeing the cats. They all 6 foot and up. They dunking in the layup line. Every one of them except like one player was on. Only one player was like my height. The rest of them 6 about your height version. I'm looking like, damn, it's a dope ass high school team. Look at these cats. I'm thinking they seniors and juniors. So I walk over and I asked the coach, like, man, hey, what team is this? He said, oh, this our 2nd 7th grade team. We got another team that's better than this team, but this is the 2nd 7th grade team. I'm like, the second?
Second 7th grade team?
Bro, these cats was all 6 foot and above, dunking the basketball athletically. I'm like, yeah, the food, bro. The food. Back in the day, if you was above 6 foot in middle school, it was an anomaly. You wasn't finding an anomaly. Yeah, you wasn't finding whole teams of kids, 10, 12 kids, all able to play basketball, all coordinated at 6+ feet, 6'5". Yeah.
Everybody 6+ feet.
Bro, if you was 6+ feet in middle school back then, you most likely wasn't coordinated. So yeah, man, that to me kind of speaks towards the food and how it's different than it was from now. And yeah, you don't need to stress your truth, man.
You definitely don't, bro, man. Just keep
you don't need to share your teammates, and you don't need to, say that you're smarter than everybody just because you was the one who had the longer career.
Right.
You have millions of dollars you can invest in your body. You chose to do that, and that's a great thing, and we salute you for that. And as a fan of the game of basketball, I appreciate Brian being able to play at this high level for this long, because once these type players are gone, it's going to be different.
We ain't going to see them no more.
Yeah, so, like as much as I want to see Jordan lace him up again and get out there again, he ain't never going to get out there again.
It's almost like these niggas nowadays don't even like playing basketball.
It do feel that way, Birds. You do. A lot of the time it do.
Like these niggas ain't real hoopers for real.
And I wouldn't even necessarily say that. I just feel like they don't have that same
tenacity, that love for the game.
Well, they're getting paid a lot more money.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that plays a factor into it, of course.
Back then it was more of a veterans league. Most of the players were 30 and up. These cats was doing like when they was out there hooping. The reason why the league was so tough and people was getting slapped up because these cats really had to feed their family. They ain't getting $1 million contracts like this, and everybody ain't throwing money around like they do now. There wasn't no $20 million a year contracts going around back then. So a cat back then, he fighting for his position. And you see some young cat come up in the league, they gonna test you. Because now you taking food out. They look at you as a person that's gonna come to take food out their mouth. Right. Nowadays, these cats all eating, man. You coming in the league, you see Bronny, he was a 55th pick and got $8 million a year. He ain't hurting for nothing. You know what I mean? Back then, $8 million was a top contract. And wasn't nobody getting $8 million a year. When Jordan, yeah, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm gonna leave it in the generations because I don't want to sound like we trying to compare generations too much. But the money factor was different, so I think the money factor and the fact that it was more of a grown man's game back then. Now it's like I said, back then it was 30 and up. So these players was grown men's strength. Now you got a bunch of kids coming in straight. Most of them. I'll say the average age of the league probably about 23, 24 now.
Right.
So it's different. It's a young man's game, a boy's game in a sense. But back then it was a grown man's league. So if you ever question like, well, what was the real difference between the 90s and now? That's one of the big differences. Grown man strength versus
young boy.
Man. Yeah. So that was the difference.
I agree with that. Let's watch this clip right here. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Let's go.
And I know a lot of people might not have looked at that, but as a player, I didn't like how that looked, right? Like, we just won, we celebrate and have a beer, it's cameras, and you kind of take that away from me. It's like almost you're trying to like hint at something, right? And I did as a player at that stature, I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree how they kind of try to paint that picture. So now, fast forward, you kind of painting that picture the entire time that he has a drinking problem, that he's overweight, right? And I don't feel as though that has anything to do with his play. Yes, he was injured. A lot of players get injured all the time. A lot of players take a long time to come back, but his production level is through the roof. So how do you sum up, okay, it's time to trade this guy? Like, how did that come to your mind? And then not only that you trade him to the LA Lakers, a team that you have to see every fucking year, 4 times a year in the playoffs. So what do you think is about to happen when he goes to the Lakers? You think he's going to be, who you think? He's going to be Luka Doncic 0.20. He's going to kill. He has the best player possibly ever. Now he can see the work ethic. Now you can see what goes into the day and day of being greatness, right? I seen Michael Finley take that beer out of his hand. And I know a lot of people might not have looked at that, but as a player, I didn't like how that looked, right? Like, we just won, we celebrate and have a...
Right. Shout out to Marcus Morris, man. You know, shout out to Luka, man. You know, all them Russian niggas is alcoholics down there, man.
Right.
The legal drinking age over there is 16.
Yeah, and actually, rather you drink alcohol and beer before you drink sodas in those countries.
That's wild. So he been getting hammered and balling since he was a young boy.
Getting it in. And Luka been a professional with mad money since, he actually, that's all he been doing is hooping his whole life. You know, Luka been winning championships since he was like 14 years old in professional leagues with grown men. You know?
Shout out to Luka, man.
Yeah. I get what Marcus was saying, man. You know, they was painting that picture. You know. And if Luka has a drinking problem, you know, that's something that could be addressed.
He definitely need to go, because listen, I don't know how long Luka been drinking. Right? But how old is he? 25, 26?
Yeah.
Let's say he starts drinking like around, he's from Russia. Let's say he starts drinking around 14.
Yeah.
That's 11 years. Now, right now he's at an age where if he was to like stop or severely slow down, he could get in shape and he can repair his body, the damage that's already been done. You cannot consume alcohol on a regular basis heavily now, right? Without countering in any way. All right.
Yeah, it's hard to recover.
Even if you like healthy, drinking your water, exercising, you know, you might not want to drink too much alcohol. You know. But being in good physical shape, alcohol won't have the same effect and toll on you as it will somebody who does not or is not.
Right.
You feel me? I notice the difference. I notice that I exercise regularly. I go to the gym. I get in that sauna and sweat. You know, but I don't even drink nowhere near as much as I used to. Right? And that's a fact. But shout out to Luka, man. You know what I mean? Get yourself together, young brother. Very talented, you know what I'm talking about, and all of that. But we about to get to some E.N.E. Shout out to my brother King L. Smash that like a club on film. Scout the page. We're talking about sharing social engineer. You already know this, man. E.N.E. every day, all day. Let's go, man.
something get high. Hope you never catch your mind. I gave you reminders how to flow be timeless. In the room full of dimes when I feel the finest. Get next as I sign this. Pull up to the front of your house if I address this. Fuck your guest list. Pop up when we suspect it. Project this. Sweet bread on escalator, other words get the cake that you're doing great if they hate you. Fuck maybe lines when they make them. Get that out of here. Let's do it close. Only calm staring in the mirror, talking about reflection. Emerge from the final lesson. Nothing more lesson. Strive for progression. Energy never dies. Hope you make profit off time. Cause that's not what they designed. Against all odds, still rise. We won't lie in the silence of the night. Protect my fan balance, be my right. This thing, take your presence out of sight. Export your essence to the light. Hope you take that cap off like your favorite plays for free gold. Street souls, before they got the C mode. We need more. Never let the pride decide your demise. To yourself, tell no lies. In the ground, play your shine. No reply till it's all mine. Just wanna get my hands on. Till forever dancing in the end zone. Then I put my king on. That's a great plan. Generations. When I say I'm nice, that's being modest. My synopsis, one of the greatest to rock this. You can't rock this, word to jigger. Ain't gonna get my roses till I'm 6 feet. Around the discography, my biography on the beat. Nigga, please. I can't fuck with me, man. Y'all can say what y'all want, just watch what you say to them. They make deposits on your ass, no ATM. Pause. This came from the core, from all the pain we endured. Penthouse top 4, still I want more. I said I want it all.
Okay, then, my man L, man, that's fire right there, man. Shout out to my brother King L, man, for being so productive with the music. You know what I'm talking about? I can only one day hope to aspire to be as consistent. You feel me? Smash, I like my people else to play share social media. Talking about E.N.E sports every day, all day. Talking about day, no days off. The hell? I don't know why I keep doing that. Roll LeBron again. Who is good right there?
That's the main dude. That's the long text dude. Yeah, you remember Udoka?
It's Udoka out. LeBron's not out. LeBron is not out.
I was going to say, they had just tossed LeBron him out too.
Yeah. LeBron got a tee, and then the motion was made, and he was gone, but that was Udoka.
This was a little while ago, but you know, we leading up to what we leading up to, so you know.
He said we leading up.
You know, my thing is this, man. I remember this situation, man. Udoka, man, he was definitely like, He wasn't going for none of that bullshit. He was definitely like, hey, call him a bitch, all kind of shit. Now, you know, one thing is one thing, another thing is another. But at the end of the day, you live in the game. And that's what I'm saying, man. You have that same energy with everybody. You know, I know you ain't gonna do that, but it kind of shows the difference. And then we're gonna leave it at that.
That's a fact, because that nigga LeBron wasn't getting like super rowdy with that nigga.
He definitely ain't walk up on him like Stephen A. for sure.
He definitely didn't pull a title. Hey, look. He definitely didn't pull a title on him like how he pulled title on Stephen A. And that's a fact.
Little 5 foot Stephen A.
And E.N.E was in the he was in the damn audience.
Oh, you see,
E.N.E was a barrier between them. And that nigga LeBron was not like talking, he ain't pulled title on him like none of this or none of that. Like how he was. He pulled title on Stephen A. He could have reached out and touched Stephen A. That nigga still right in distance and didn't even make eye contact with that nigga.
Got that nigga kicked out.
You know a nigga don't want no smoke when he don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
And he made like he handled it pretty good. He didn't get too rowdy with it.
He just, you know, said what he said. I don't feel like the ref shouldn't have kicked nobody out the game on that. I was kind of weak on the ref's part too.
Right, he talking about get out the game. Nobody got out the game.
He did. He kicked he made Doka. He made him. He had to go to the locker room. LeBron. Oh yeah, that's what they said. He threw him out the game. When he called him a soft little boy, yeah, he said you a soft little boy. When he said that, they kicked him out the game.
Oh yeah.
He called him a bitch at first, and then that's what. So Brown. So what happened was some altercation, and he called Brown a bitch, and then that's when Brown he did go up and say, "Hey man, don't use that word too lightly." He said, "Nigga, you a bitch," and that's where it was going back and forth. And y'all seen the exchange from that point. And he was like, "Man, you a soft ass little boy," and gave him the double take and got his ass up out of there after that. So, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go to the next joint, but that just kind of, you know, little flashback joint for y'all, you know.
Yeah, man, you know.
Now you gotta keep that same energy, yo.
Yeah, you funny as hell, man.
Commercial break.
Of course, we're gonna watch it.
I don't even know where the ball went, but I just know I like it.
Michael Goodman.
That's some shit right there. Shout out to the hoop world, man.
That's truly beautiful, man.
Yeah, that's a nice little work right there. Definitely nice work.
Truly beautiful.
I work on that form.
Truly beautiful, man. I appreciate that, man.
You know.
Smash that like button, click on the
Tops Beats was good, brother.
He to cover the sport, or he wants to have a problem with me continuously cover the sport. I suggest that he be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne.
Whoa.
Got spicy real quick. Oh wait. Oh wait.
LeBron, if you happen to see this, Why were you at Kobe's funeral, man?
Now, correction, I do think he was at Kobe's funeral, but I think they don't have any video or any pictures of him. That's what it said. They say there's no video or no.
Said fake news.
Hey, that's why. Court. That's why. Court saying, look, Court, I'm over here.
Hey, yo.
I'm depending on this one because I did hear he was there, but they say there's no video or no picture proof that he was there.
I wasn't aware. But hey, yo, let me stop for a second real quick.
Stephen A. came back and cleared it up after this, but he said
we're gonna stop for a second, right? Because I gotta share this right now because this is so fucking fire and dope, right? Now, y'all tap in. Let me take Stephen A. off the screen real quick. And Court said, "Hey, yo, fake news. I'm gonna drop the link, man. Anybody want? Hey, y'all want to come up on the panel, man? The link is right there in the chat, man. Sit up here, spit your game, talk your shit. Hey, I got something dope I want to share with y'all real quick, right? How many of y'all hip to Shay Noir? Shay Noir is a dope MC, right?
Super dope. One of my favorites.
Dope MC. I don't even put female in the front when I talk about Shay because she up there with us. You feel me?
Yeah.
This is so fire right here.
What's that?
The Shay Noir doll.
Oh shit, that's dope. I seen I like her album she just dropped too, a couple weeks ago. That was fire. I rock with Shay, like Bird said, you know. I don't even put her in the women's category.
Got her own doll.
Yeah. Shay.
And it looked like her too.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man.
Shout out to Shay. I always wonder what happened to what was her name? Armani
Caesar.
She was dope too.
I'm trying to figure out, was it Kanye or Mr. Kanye? I mean, I said Kanye, Conway or Mr. Conway and Benny who was bringing her rhymes because she wasn't writing that shit.
Okay.
I don't think so anyway. But if I'm wrong, I apologize. Armani Caesar was bad though. She's a pretty broad.
Yeah.
It's dope to see a pretty broad that can rap, I think. I'm trying to remember this chick's name I seen. She a pretty broad. Dope though. Lady London.
Oh, Lady London. Yeah, she cold.
You hip to her?
Yeah, she cold though.
She's fire. She can really rap too though. Like she can really rap.
Yeah, she is nice.
She can really rap for real. Anyway, man, shout out to Shay Noir, man, for having her own doll for the young black sister out there to have something to look at. Positive image. It ain't all naked with the big booty and all that crazy stuff. Just the natural, pretty chocolate lady that look like a lot of y'all beautiful young ladies out there. You did. We got my man Rain Man in the building. He decided to come through with the tank going. You feel me?
Man,
you already know.
I just got home fucking from my son's banquet and shit, man. I thought I was gonna be home a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I remember you did say something about that. That's right. How was the banquet, man?
Yeah, how was that?
It was cool. The banquet was cool. It was straight. It was really quick for real. They got started real late, but it was cool. It was cool though, man. I was got a lot of thoughts about the coach and all that, but that's for another day. We were just talking about
for another day.
Yeah, because that's a whole other topic, man. But nah, it's all good. Everything was cool, man. I was ready to get back to the grind.
I was about to ask how the season was, but it sounded like the coach.
The season was trash. The niggas really won like 3 games out of like 25.
Yeah, you got a trash coach. It's hard to make it out here.
Yeah, he read it like it was AAU. He wasn't coaching.
Okay.
My nigga wasn't calling timeouts. He wasn't making
the. He ran it like it was AAU. He was not coaching. That's crazy.
He just put in whoever, and that was it. There was no
shit.
coaching, like no real
Right.
life coaching going on. It was just
Yeah,
like
I can dig
that's,
it.
you can do that in AAU. You can't do that in organized high school basketball.
Nah, definitely can't do that in no organized shit.
He
Let's
got
finish the rest of this clip with Stephen A.
Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business. Okay. But the fact is, you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are. And he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. I do. And if LeBron James wants to see me continue to cover the sport, or he wants to have a problem with me continuously cover the sport, I suggest that he be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business. Okay. But the fact is, you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are. And he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. I do. And
that nigga Stephen A's acting like a girl. I'm gonna tell you this.
I gotta say that was very feminine.
I'm gonna tell you this. First, what would y'all niggas do if y'all's ex broke up with y'all and then she got up online and said, I ain't never aired out your personal business, like how you ain't got no money, like how you, nigga, you can't tell me that you're gonna be like, you clearly wanted to say this. You clearly wanted. He said, that's your personal business. After airing it out, it was private until you put it out there, nigga. So, but here's
Stephen A, man.
Stephen A was wrong. Stephen A, I've never seen him out his hookup like this. He had to backtrack 3 times. He did it twice in the same show. He had to go in the following segment because niggas was blowing his phone up like, bro, what are you? We was there.
What are you saying, bro? What the fuck type shit you want?
Bro, the funeral thing is crazy, bro. Look, if y'all remember that girl, I think it was what's the is it Taurasi?
Diana Taurasi.
He literally talking to LeBron at the stage, looking at him, talking. Yeah. Not only that, LeBron asked niggas be mad, say he won all the limelight. He asked to not be on camera, and then niggas is like, he didn't want to be on camera. Like Jesus Christ, that's literally LeBron is literally. Now I'll tell you this, I'm not gonna say any of that without saying what he did wrong. He should never approach Stephen A during the game. And he definitely shouldn't have did it in the middle of the game. Like
that was just crazy.
Like third quarter, you know, that it was a pointless conversation because you can't really have a conversation like that. Right. It was like basically Bron just wanted to get his shit off and then walk back to the court. And to Stephen A, that ain't fair. And I think that was weak on LeBron's part to do that. But I think ideally what Bron should have did was just honestly say, hey, let me holler at you after the game, or had one of his people go say something to Stephen A. If it was something you had to address. But I don't, if you notice though, like Stephen A did several things. He when he first talked about it, he was like, I don't want to talk about it, but the video came out. So I got to talk about my ESPN bosses is making me talk and I got to say something. So then, but when he replied, he was very like, I understand where he's coming from. If I was him, I might have did the same thing. You know, he literally. Then he went on Wilbur show like 3 days later. LeBron's weak and some. Then he goes from that. He goes on like 8 other podcasts. But then once Bron did that goddamn show with the what's his name Pat McAfee, who's Stephen A's arch nemesis on ESPN, and they already fell out. Nobody. That's the behind the scenes shit. Yeah, but that's right. Yeah, Bron knew exactly what he was doing. He was absolutely strategically doing that. But it got Stephen A out his hookup so much he fucked up his whole First Take show, and then he went on his personal show
and he started talking about fighting. And now
Nigga said, I know I get my ass whooped.
LeBron
I was swung on that nigga.
Where did that come from, bro?
Like, why would
If
you
he
even
would've
say
swung
that,
on
bro?
him, like, where did that come from? So it was like Stephen A was all over the place. I'd never seen Stephen A really
And
like.
but Court did this is though, Court. Maybe that's the energy that Stephen A felt from LeBron when he pulled tight. Hey man, because listen, LeBron pulled tight on that nigga, man.
Definitely walked up on him.
He pulled tight on that nigga, man.
Hey, what's crazy is I
Stephen
actually
A must have felt
understand
that. He
what
must have felt that. He must have
Stephen
felt
A.
that
Stephen
energy,
A. is
man.
known for saying, "If you got a problem, pull up on me." That's his infamous saying. I'm not hard. I be at all the games. If y'all got a problem with me, he just said it to KD. He just said to everybody, Kyrie, everybody that have problems with Stephen A. He always say, "Pull up on me." So now that LeBron didn't walk up and grab him, he didn't physically do anything. He just approached him father to father, according to Stephen A. He even said it like that was a father approaching me. So, in my opinion, we got to throw out the basketball part now.
Court, Court, I would agree with you, but then the very next game, Brian did make it back on him when he was talking to Richard Jefferson. So that
when the microphones picked it up,
yeah.
Well,
So
all right, so did y'all watch? Right,
yeah.
And he said that pissed him off. He said that really infuriated him.
That's what took it this far. Honestly, after the situation, I think it would have been done. And Brian also, so I feel like both of them is on some bullshit right now. But I had to step back and think of it like this: NBA ratings is down. They down like a motherfucker.
Yeah, historically.
Ain't nobody really watching the NBA like they used to. But I also tell people, we also look at those numbers. It could be skewed because, like, you got cats like me. I stream the games, like, for the most part. Because me, I'm going through different games. I'm watching 3 or 4 games at a time. So I'm not watching one game. So it's easy for me to do it on my streaming network than to do it on my actual cable network. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason why I stream more than that. But I understand how that takes away from a lot of numbers, and a lot of people are streaming nowadays.
Hey, if y'all watch that interview, that to me, this is what LeBron did on the show. I think that was Bron kind of addressing not just Stephen A. I think he wanted to kind of address media and really he only gave Stephen A. like 3 minutes. He was on there for an hour. He only talked about Stephen A. for 3 minutes. But the thing that if you really want to know what LeBron was feeling, then all you need to do is listen to D-Wade and Carmelo talk about it on Carmelo's podcast, because clearly they've talked to LeBron about it.
Yeah, so they said it's the best.
They said that this nigga, that was some bull. It was definitely bulled in. He said, Dwayne Wade said he even texted Stephen A. and told him he would have did the same shit. And then he said we knew how he felt, but we knew that this had been brewing as well. And Bronny was just like the part that was like, he kind of could use it for Bronny as the springboard. But at the end of the day, he been low-key wanting to be in some kind of capacity. He probably wanted to have some kind of words with Stephen A. for a while. And so they just feel like, if you listen to them, it seems like he has gave them the impression that it was just like, all right, fuck it. The Bronny thing, this all right. The as a father, it was just, but I still don't think he should have said that to him in the game, though. Despite all that, though, even if it was just strictly because you didn't like that father comment, it definitely could have been not like that, though. I never liked that before I seen it go this far. I didn't think Bron should have did that. But I thought once I honestly thought Stephen A. was done. I knew he was going to address it on his personal show, and I knew he was going to address it on First Take. I thought it was over after that. But then he went on Gilbert and got greasy. He went on Gilbert, started talking like, I'm like, all right, Stephen, man.
Bro, because I'm trying to tell you, when that shit happened,
too a little bit. He likes to try to talk tough to niggas a little bit. Like,
nah, you could tell when he did that, when it was that Richard Jefferson shit that took it to the next level.
He said, oh, this is about you? Yes, it is. It is about him.
Yeah.
It is about it. That's the one part I think.
On the most recent episode of the
He wasn't being honest about that.
Right Time with Bomani Jones, his podcast, and of course, what else were they going to talk about among other NBA topics? They had to touch on LeBron James versus Stephen A. Smith, right? Of course they did. Why? Nick Wright is the biggest LeBron.
Hold up. Hold up. Where we at? Now go to the Bron and Nick Wright.
What
Go to
happened,
the
man?
Bron and Nick Wright. Yeah, go to that one.
Nick Wright's the all-time.
What happened?
He's the all-time LeBron enthusiast. He might be farther than Shannon Sharp.
You know, so I know birds don't know who Nick Wright is. So.
Yeah, you gotta fill him in.
So as we going through all this, bro, it's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of media shit going on right now, birds. You would actually love this type of shit. Like you should actually kind of tap in and do some work on this because this is some shit you would like because it's real NBA scripts and drama and a lot of shit that builds up. So Nick Wright is one of like LeBron's biggest supporters in the media. And we look at what happened with.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I heard about this. Right?
Yeah.
Like dude, like LeBron, like I don't even know dude type.
No. Not here. That's not him.
Nah,
okay. That was Wendy. He did Wendy dirty.
Okay.
He shitted on Wendy.
And that was fucked up. So
he shitted. Okay. And Wendy, did y'all hear Wendy's response?
No, I haven't yet.
Wendy took the highest road you could take. He was like, listen, I had nothing bad to say about LeBron. He said, I owe him my career. Without him, I he's like, he don't owe me nothing. I owe him everything. That was his only response. I was like, but when Bron said that this nigga talks like, I used to wonder about the relationship. I never really. Wendy does talk as if he is down there sitting at tables with LeBron, and LeBron is saying that he doesn't like these dudes are weird. I don't know these dudes.
And that's why I think it's a lot of cap from Bron's side, though, bro.
And he defends LeBron. I mean, I ain't gonna say he defends LeBron, but he reports on LeBron a lot of positive stuff on LeBron, probably more than anybody in me. Like he's been covering LeBron since like 10th grade. Yeah. And so to the point where ESPN gave him a job because they looked at him as a LeBron insider. And he and LeBron let it happen. LeBron sat back for 20 years and let bro do this. But I don't know what caused him to catch a stray in this interview the other night, but he definitely caught a stray. Though. I think that surprised a lot of people too, because we never seen LeBron do that type of shit though, not publicly. I'm not saying he doesn't do it, but you ain't never really seen him get on TV.
But that's why I don't like. I didn't like the interview for Bron on those reasons because LeBron don't need to do these interviews, yo. He's already where he is, man.
He needs to shut his goddamn mouth.
His own media companies
play basketball until it's time for him to not play no more. Figure out what he.
I don't think he needs to shut up though.
Nah, he don't need to shut up.
He needs to be quiet. He definitely needs to be quiet.
The fans.
I just don't like what he said.
Like to hear from their people.
Yeah. So it's a different way to do it.
Be quiet. I don't mean be quiet in totality. I mean he needs to be very mindful of what he says, man.
That's what I was saying.
I think he's
in a very sensitive situation right now.
I think he's strategic and subliminal. I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
But Court, the one thing I didn't like, so I didn't, it was two things I didn't like a lot in the interview. It was a lot of good shit. I like the family because we know LeBron shows you how to maintain and move through this media shit better than anybody with the family, a high profile family, not really hearing nothing. He does great at that. The family things is what should have been more highlighted. But when he, like I said it earlier, when he talked about basically because he feels like he's smarter than everybody. And the way that he approaches the game is the reason why he has lasted the longest and stayed at this, high level. It kind of like is making it seem like what other players, they weren't dumb. It's just some cats, they didn't have the same type of technology to keep their bodies in that same shape. So that was kind of a knock to even his homies in a sense. And then the other knock was when he talked about the teammates. You gotta leave. Bron gotta stop doing this. He gotta stop talking about his teammates, bro.
Oh, you talking about that? When he talking about how that Cleveland team he took?
He gotta stop doing that because, bro, you're still playing in the game, bro. You're still playing. Now, if you get out the league and you want to start going back and talk, that's different. But bro, you are still playing. So now you know, when players, you got to think how that's going to be. If a report come out that somebody's reporting something about a teammate, they're going to think it's coming from LeBron, and that's going to fuck with team chemistry. LeBron got to stay away from the teammate shit, bro. You got to leave that alone, especially when you're playing.
I agree.
You know, because you don't want to fuck with people's mental, and we already heard story. Look what happened to Kevin Love. Now it makes you think about the Kevin Love shit. This nigga Kevin Love literally went on like a 4-year sabbatical where he just was. We don't know what the fuck he was doing for. They just said he was on a mental break from the league for years, and then he came back and popped up in Miami and was good again. And but he was fucked up, bro. After the run with Bron, bro. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
So now you won't start looking back in history, like, okay, now what's going on? We see Delonte West. Like, Delonte West is a crackhead on the street right now. Like, what fucks you up to that point?
Yeah.
And is it because, you know what I mean? They you know, we all know what we heard about the Delonte West situation. It ain't never been confirmed or denied, really. But is that the reason why Delonte West is now out there looking like a crackhead like that? Did he really get blackballed to the point where he just?
I think
that to me would be fucked up for real.
I think he did get blackballed. I think we're going to hear about that more when LeBron retired too. I think LeBron is going to probably tell that story.
That's going to be fucked up.
About his mom and that whole little thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually seen Delonte West when I lived in D.C. I actually seen him out there looking homeless one day. He was right under this bridge where I used to go by to work sometimes. I literally seen that nigga outside.
That's some fucked up shit, man. Because I ain't saying Jordan ain't do no fucked up shit or any other players before him. But some of that shit just sounded a little crazy. And the way that he was talking kind of makes you start. He kind of like was dry snitching on himself and this shit. As I'm watching,
I'm gonna tell you something that I'm actually surprised, honestly, that the people who aren't fans of LeBron didn't really bring this up that much. I haven't. I might have missed it, but there's one thing that stood out to me, and I'm gonna even admit it as a LeBron fan, that I was very surprised that this nigga. I don't know if niggas could have been paying attention, bro. This nigga literally, he right there on that goddamn ESPN admitted to the motherfucking storylines of the NBA.
Oh yeah.
He literally brought up Patrick Ewing to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
He brought up D Rose to the Bulls and him to the Cavs. And he even said it like Cavs get the number 1 pick. All right, I get it. So he's literally now. Yeah. So now you open the door for niggas to come up with, oh, well, that's probably how he went back to Cleveland and won the championship. So it's like now he's almost throwing the own monkey wrench in his own shit. But somehow that didn't get spoken. But I know why. Because if niggas really look into that, it's gonna go way deeper than LeBron. And that's now you're gonna look at the NBA corrupt. So that can't be on ESPN headline. But we can talk about the Stephen. Let's get back to the Stephen A shit. Like fuck. If niggas really think about it, he literally, bro. I mean, I've never seen a player admit he was a part of it like that was at a high level. Like I've heard guys say shit, but they were like lower level guys in the league. But I ain't never heard nobody say nothing like that close to just. I mean, bro, what was you just? What I need to hear what you're trying to tell me what you're saying, bro. Outside of what I'm thinking. I don't know what else you could be saying that means. Like,
I've never seen no beef like this on either side. Like the way LeBron talked about him and the way that he talked about him so openly, we've never seen no open beef like this between. Like we knew reporters, you know, we see what happened with like Charles Barkley and Shaq and all them when they, you know, KD, the way they kind of play him and shit, and different players. But this is different.
Yeah.
This is different. I don't think we've never seen it to this magnitude. And another thing is it kind of took away from the whole highlight of Stephen A getting the biggest sports media contract, getting 100 M's. Yeah. And it happened on the same day. See, and that's another thing I didn't like because that's what makes this all seem like it's some scripted bullshit. Like You know what I mean? That's what started making me, when I start really looking at all this shit and how everything lined up, it's like, you know, like I said, bro, and I don't want, but you do that to a, you know, and you know, I'm shaking this black man type thing, Court. You know, I talk about us all now, you know, but you know, when people, it's a lot of these pro black niggas, you know, that be on Facebook that are Brown fans or super pro black cats. And then it's like, all right, well, you're shitting on a black man in public. You're tearing a black man down publicly, who we seen just hit a high level, who, you know, whether people like him or not, we should be praising a black man making it to this point and becoming the biggest sports media figure ever. It should be a big thing. But instead, they're making it seem like Stephen A is the worst fucking reporter just because he talked about LeBron. Like, now everybody don't like, well, a lot of people didn't like Stephen A, but we got to keep it 100. He's at the point where he is for a reason. He is the best in the sports media world, whether you like him or not. And he goes on the white dude show, and then I just seen literally, I think about noon today, they dropped the interview with him and Steve Nash. I didn't get a chance to watch that. Yeah, that dropped today, earlier today.
That's his new partner, like JJ Redick was on the podcast.
Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to watch that. So I'm gonna sit and watch that probably like tomorrow or sometime.
Yeah, LeBron sitting up there.
He on the media run. He was on another.
Just say this. This is what I'm gonna say concerning
white dudes. I don't even know.
This is what I'm gonna say concerning our brother LeBron.
Like, who the fuck is these white dudes? Like, why ain't he doing it with his? He should be going to like. Why don't he go to? I feel like he should be going to like Melo. He should be. He should go to Melo.
He should be going to all the smoke.
That's his homie. Blow up. Why you don't blow up Melo's podcast? Why you blowing up these white boys' podcasts, man? Go to Melo or go to.
I see what LeBron
doing. Ain't gonna go over there with Stephen Jack because him and Stephen Jack don't really like each other. So
Richard Jefferson did. He did kind of correct Kendrick Perkins on that though, because Kendrick Perkins was saying that on his podcast, and he was like, nah, he was like, Bron gave me my biggest views ever on here. Like, he was like, he definitely fucks with us when we were like at the beginning and then Shannon Fry was like, oh yeah, no question. Like, yeah, he was like, he was like, now we can't say that. We can't agree to that. He named a couple other podcasts he had did. He was like, because he was saying the same thing. He was like, I understand why Bron ain't doing these other podcasts and all that. But it's like they're trying to, it's like all of a sudden, like First Take wants to attack LeBron now. They're the ones that talk about him every day. I mean,
well, everybody do. I mean, the thing is, we all know, like they said, you know, whether Bron's doing good or bad, his name is going to be an instant click.
I mean, people want to talk about LeBron, man.
And it's like he's that nigga. You know, it's certain people that could get the clicks, and in the sports world, he's the one that could get the most clicks. So, as a sportscaster, that's what you do. They all gonna have a take on Bron, but I just don't. Bron don't have to get on this level. Like he's not immediate. Like he's not a media guy like that. You know.
What's up with you, baby?
Maybe after he get finished, because even in the shop, he be like, "Hey, bro, sometimes you gotta." Court, I know you watch the shop too, because I like the shop. The shop is a dope conversation. I like all the, you know, the Andre 3000 episode. He got a lot of dope episodes on there. But yeah, Bron, man, he just, like Court said earlier, he just got to be more mindful of the way that he approached these interviews, because he is smarter than that. And whether you want to keep, you know, dropping little nuggets or, you know, subliminals and all that, like, you got to be careful with that, because you are still playing the game. You know, it might be different when you retire. You could, and even then, you kind of taking the game, because Court, you're right. I mean, we heard that. And it was a couple of people who did bring that up.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I don't know how that ain't talked about. That should be like a headline, but ain't nobody saying that. That ain't never gonna get ran on ESPN. That's for sure.
No, because you know, and you know, I've said this before about this script,
and I think it's probably been one for a long time. If that's I mean, if we're gonna go down that road, it didn't just start.
Well, do you remember the Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, and the Tim Donahue interview? And the referee, he said that the NBA has the meeting. He was breaking down all that shit, and he even apologized to Sheed on the that's one of the now that was the first interview that really made me think about this shit. Like, all right, like yeah, we've all like you said, we've always heard about this, but if y'all ever go back, I would advise y'all to go watch the Bonzi. It's on their podcast. Bonzi Wells and Rasheed Wallace got a podcast, and they had the referee that got caught gambling and went to jail with the he was leaking shit to the mob, but he said he wasn't really reading. He was just, he said the league was telling him they would have meetings like, oh yeah, today, this is what y'all gonna be watching. This is what y'all gonna be calling. So he said, you know, after he got out the meeting, he just hit up the niggas like, hey, this is what they talking about, you know, place your bets accordingly. You know, they cracking down on this tonight. This certain person, we're gonna be watching for fouls on him all night, so he probably gonna be in foul trouble. And he said the league would tell them certain things, basically to get certain players out the game. In a sense, he basically was breaking down. So yeah, this was a real referee talking this shit.
That shit, bro. Nick Wright low key exposed some shit too though about the Jordan defensive shit though. That shit was crazy too. Then nigga said they went back and watched the game that he had the 10 steals. I guess it was a record or something at the time or whatever. I don't know, but they said that whole year they went back. They said Jordan didn't get nowhere near as many steals that season as they said he did. They had somebody literally go back and watch all his shit. They said that 10 steal game in itself, the team he played, they only had 9 turnovers. They said so. Even if everyone happened to be a steal to Mike, and he's the only nigga that got any turnover that game, that still wasn't. They said it just seemed like they was gonna make him the defensive player of the year that year. Like he had like an insane amount of steals. It was something. You gotta watch it though. It's on YouTube. He was talking about that shit. And they got the dudes on their voucher. Like, now we went back and watched it. Like, we watched we counted the steals in that game. They said he only had like 4 steals in that 10 steal game, bro. They said they counted the steals, bro. So I think the NBA definitely. I mean, once they got to start, like the niggas be talented, then they probably just pick a nigga like, all right, we about to make sure everything goes smooth for you. Yeah, we're gonna do it in a dramatic fashion, though. It's gonna be some dope shit going on, some unheard of shit going on.
Well, if you remember what Jordan said his rookie year in one of his first like real interviews, remember he was like, they talking about they was trying to tank the season. And he like, nah. Like, I'm going to the
playoffs too. I think I forgot. I think Hawaii or somebody was against that shit. Niggas don't. There's a couple niggas that don't be like, hold on now.
Yeah, Jordan said, "Fuck that, nigga. I'm a winner, nigga. I ain't about to have no losing in my shit. Like, I'm winning this shit. Like, he like, I'm going to the playoffs."
Bro, you see what Dominique Wilkins came out and said? They made sure that Shaq didn't get the scoring title. And they made sure they came to him before the game and said, we just gonna sit all y'all, the starters. And they said, why? He was like, we gonna make sure. They literally told him, like, we just want to make sure y'all don't score. Like, we want to make sure that the scoring title, you know, we keeping it. I think it was I don't know if it was David Robinson. Somebody wanted that.
Oh yeah, David Robinson that year when he had like 50 something points.
Bro, they said I think they was going against him that game. They sent their starters on purpose and just let David cook, and they knew Shaq wasn't going to be able to necessarily get that number he needed to get it. It was something shady, bro. And Dominique just came out and said this. It's like, man, the NBA is shiesty, bro. They blocked the Chris Paul shit. That Chris Paul trade was crazy. He was supposed to go with Kobe. They said, "Oh no." They said that ain't part of the script." Like, hold on, that wasn't part of the script. Like, we can't. Y'all gonna win it all. We can't have y'all niggas. Well, nah, we got somebody else winning this year. Y'all got. Yeah.
Because see, the thing is, Kobe, he would have definitely overtook Jordan. If you look at,
they run off about 3 more for sure.
Exactly. So Kobe would have had like 6, 7 championships fucking around. You know what I mean? The dude that they almost tried to pin a rape on.
hey, Kobe was protected too, I think, in a way. I think Kobe.
I mean, shit.
I think the rape shit put him to that. They had to make a decision, I think, during that case. Like, are we going to make him the face? Are we going to really go all in on Kobe or not? because I don't know how he still beat that low key. I mean, probably, I mean, all the DNA.
He beat that because he did not sexually assault that girl.
Yeah, she walked in his
I
room.
the girl was weak too. I hope
Yeah,
not.
But Kobe was, he was in the room and she was a housekeeper. She heard he was there. She came in the room, did her thing. They found 7 niggas semen in her. She just got gangbanged at the party.
She went home and got her cheeks clapped by her dude.
Nah, she was at a party and got a train ran on.
I remember her having like multiple.
I
don't remember that part.
Yeah, bro. She had multiple.
Now she got a train ran. I told y'all these bitches love getting trains ran on, man.
Well, I always say most chicks would get a train if they knew it would never get out. That's for sure.
Trainer.
I mean, you gotta think about
it. We might have to do a part 3 on the train set.
Hey, it's probably, to be honest though, it's probably lit for a chick though. If you really want to be all the way real, because you gotta think about 2 niggas. You gotta honestly be real though, because you 2 niggas, just like with 2 chicks, you just kind of, it's just, but it's like
gotta put the Drake non-stop song on.
Hey, a chick, hey man,
stop, nigga.
Hey, let's watch this clip right here real quick now.
That is wild. I ain't even watched this clip yet.
One, 2, 3.
What happened?
Bro, he died, bro. I ain't gotta watch it again, though, bro. Yeah, it's bad, bro.
When I got that ribcage, go down that ribcage. One, 2.
Like, what happened though?
He died, bro.
I mean, like,
he might have had cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Honestly. Damn.
I just happened to see that literally right when that was the last story I got.
Wow. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I ain't even watch it. This is the first time I seen it. And they said the boxer died.
That boxing is real, bro. Sometimes the shit catch up with you and it don't hit you in real time.
Yeah, because he definitely didn't get. I mean, at that moment, he didn't even get hit.
Well, to say he didn't even get hit or nothing though. Like, what the fuck happened?
At that moment, you just never. Sometimes, I mean, shit, the body crazy, bro. But that might have been a cardiac event, though. Honestly.
I mean, that was crazy right there. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did he die?
Yeah.
Damn,
he did die?
Yeah.
Wow. Rest in essence to the brother. What's his name?
Let me pull it up real quick.
I didn't even see this story or nothing.
Oh my God, man. Rest in essence to this brother, man.
Yeah.
Right there in the ring in front of everybody. That's crazy.
Bro, that's some scary, bro. That niggas that nobody will ever forget that, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. That shit fucked me up, and I wasn't even there. Damn.
His name is Nigerian boxer Gabriel Olenruwaju. He tragically passed away during the boxing arena last night, and they said, yeah, I mean, ain't nobody really. It's no, people said what you said, Court. It probably was a cardiac arrest.
Yeah, that had to be something like that, man.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Rest in essence to that brother, man.
That's scary, bro.
That's super scary. Super spooky. You just never know, man.
I always say, man, I salute them boxers, man. Anytime you stepping in that ring, bro, anything can go down.
Man, listen here, man. All contact sports is dangerous, but boxing is boy. You know, I think we're gonna end the show on that one, man. That's crazy.
Damn.
Rest in essence to that brother, man. You know, Court, go ahead, leave him with your last words, man, before we get up out of here.
Hey, man, everybody have a good night, man. As always, appreciate hollering at y'all real quick on the last minute tip, man. And yeah, man, yeah. Let's see, we got the Final Four popping this weekend, so I predicted all 4 of these in the Final Four, which wasn't that hard, obviously, because I just had I usually don't pick all number ones, but I knew something about this year. I was like, I don't know if none of these teams gonna get upset. But now we down to the nitty gritty, so somebody gotta go now.
You watching the game, Court?
I picked Duke in Houston. I picked Auburn in Houston, and I picked Auburn to win it all before I did my bracket. So we're gonna see how that turned out. Man. I actually like Houston though, quiet as cat, man. I think nobody ain't talk about Houston enough.
Nah, Houston. You see, I meant to put that in there. Mercy Miller.
Yeah, P son.
You know, P son is on there. Master P son, no limit. You already know. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Houston.
And his right hand man that he used to hoop with in high school in AAU or high school, Notre Dame. He's on the Duke team. That's crazy. So that's they got a chance to meet.
That boy Cooper Flag though.
Oh, he the real deal. No fluke. No. Hey, and here's the illest part about bro. He upclassed, bro. He really supposed to be a senior in high school, and he's the best player in college. That should tell you everything as far as how good he is, bro. And they said he's going number 1 in the draft too. And this nigga's supposed to be a senior in high school right now.
Bro, I ain't seen nobody better in college than him. I mean,
it's kind of scary how good dude is. I didn't think the white boy was. I knew he was nice. I ain't gonna lie, but
you see, our white boy is going lottery too. Our true freshman.
Oh yeah,
Liam Wilson. He nice too. He just was hurt for some of the year.
Yeah,
that's why that's what fucked us up, man. Because we shouldn't have had that seed. We shouldn't have been playing Florida that early, but we still should have beat Florida. Yeah. We still should have beat Florida.
Florida nice.
But we should have beat them. We was up by
that was a good.
We was up by 9 with like 3 minutes ago, and we should have beat them.
I honestly thought that it was over for y'all. I didn't pick y'all to win it, but when I seen y'all up, I was like, oh, okay, they're looking like Florida about to go down.
Hey, Court.
Shout out to everybody though.
You watching the games this weekend?
Yeah, I'm certain. I'm absolutely watching the games, no question.
Were you watching at the crib?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, I haven't even really. I know on Saturday my son got this little prom. He going to his girlfriend's prom and shit. I gotta get him together for that shit. But that'll be I'll be done by the time all the games and shit should start and shit. So I don't know, man. It's a couple little cool spots, man. Hit and watch the game. They got that shit downtown in Fanatics. They got the all the screens and shit down there where you can do the live sport betting and all that shit.
Look at Brady going to the prom.
Oh yeah, he got him a little Becky.
Got a little older chick.
Young Brady.
He got him
a
He got a senior white chick that got an Olentangy Orange. She on the basketball team.
He got him some
Olentangy nice too, ain't they? They the ones who won the didn't they win the state?
They won the state. The boys won the state. Yeah. I went to that. I went to that game. That game was good as fuck. I took him.
Snow court.
Huh?
Nephew got him some snow.
Yeah, he going down that lane right now. And
Hey,
got him a true white girl too. Like,
hey, how did moms feel?
That's what's up, man.
He's not too fond of it.
Yeah, what now?
His mom was not too fond.
I know.
I
know how close mom's is, man.
My mom, yeah, you know my mom don't like it. His mom don't like it either.
Oh, Maria don't either?
Nah, she don't like it either.
I guess she is from Chicago, so
she just don't think the girl's that cute and she can look better. But I mean, it ain't, you know how that goes. Yeah, he really do like he likes her a lot though. Like he really
know.
I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of surprised at first because he was talking about all this different this and that he got going on out of nowhere. He was just all of a sudden all in on this chick. I didn't even know who it was for a minute. He just kept. He asked me could he go over his girl's house and all this stuff. I'm like, who is this chick? Then I met her. She started coming to his game. I didn't realize she was coming to his games. I didn't even know she was there. And then I ended up meeting her at one of the games. And she a good girl. She going to Coastal Carolina for college. She about to go. So I don't know how that's about. They about to probably wrap up. You know how them high school relationships go. Yeah. Once somebody go to school out of state, y'all gonna say y'all gonna stay in touch and all that, but in reality, it's a Rizzy.
Yeah.
Shout out to nephew out there,
Shout
man.
Out to nephew, man. Go ahead and give him your last words before we sit up here and get on the out of here.
You know, we gotta celebrate the positiveness, man. You know,
definitely do, man.
It is prom season, so man, if y'all know a lot of cats out here now our age got kids going to these. Just make sure y'all had the talks with them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they gonna do what they do because these kids, you know, if y'all know how we was, you know, it's only so much your parents can tell you that's going to sway what you do at the end of the night. You know what I mean? You're still gonna have to make that decision. And that's true.
You do at the end of the night, though.
Hey, prom talk is wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, prom is wild. Prom goes down. I'm gonna just tell you that from experience.
Yeah, you gonna always have a memorable night, even if you don't go all the way how you need to go. You're gonna still have a good night, though.
Yeah, memorable night either way it goes.
So that's dope, man.
This nigga taking my car, so I need this nigga to be very safe.
Oh, you let him? Okay, then you let him go.
I wasn't doing. You know, I wasn't doing. Listen, I wasn't doing all that shit. The niggas buying Rolls Royces and all that shit.
That dumbass bullshit.
Absolutely not, nigga. I don't care about none of that shit, nigga. He don't care about that shit either, though. So.
Right.
Good.
That's wild. Yeah, these cats nowadays they be spending like.
No, niggas be Fendi down, fucking hopping out of cars that cost $200,000. Like niggas feeling too peachy for me to, and then these niggas, how these niggas ain't even got licenses.
That's wild.
We definitely ain't doing all that though. That's
Back in the day, we was all going in on the motherfucking limo and shit.
The limo shit is fun. That's really the wave. If niggas are smart, you just come together. We all just ride together. We probably going to the same spots.
Definitely going to the same spot.
Shit, they got party buses now. Them party buses.
Yeah, they got party buses now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I would have did if I'm in the prom. If our prom is now, we that's what we'd have. We'd have had a little. We probably would have had a little stripper pole in that motherfucker. Got it popping in that motherfucker. I remember I was at the dance for court. I was like, let me go outside, bro. Let me go. when did my third one came back in the dance? So
I didn't get a chance. I had that type of moment. I'm sorry.
I was like, let me get back to the dance. Shout out to court for helping me down. Let me do my third in the old school. What was that? The Buick. What was it?
Buick Regal, the two-door Buick Regal.
The Regal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the red joint, right?
Yes, sir.
The red joint.
That was my first whip. My mom handed me down the whip, and she ended up getting a new whip. And that motherfucker, I banged that bitch coming out of L's driveway, got my motherfucking bumper tore off. That's some bullshit. I was like going to basketball practice or some shit. I got my shit ripped the fuck off. It was salty.
Yeah, just make sure.
Get up out of here, y'all, man.
You already
Y'all
know.
enjoy the rest of y'all evening, man.
All right,
You know,
y'all.
of course, leave y'all with some E.N.E. on the way up out of here. You know, I'm talking about smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page. I don't know if I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. I got something I gotta do. I don't know right now. But if I got a show, y'all see the post about it. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, share, and social engineering. I got my brother Raymond in the building, my brother King L's in the building, E.N.E. in the building every day, all day, no days off. You already know what it is, man. Hey, man, just keep winning and do what you do, man. Oh, shit.
Inferno spaz on this motherfucker.
Ha. E.N.E. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. It's harder to sleep. At nighttime I plan. In the daytime I execute plan. Watch the advance, split it with fan. Single, we nothing, play beaches on sand. Check the expand, we built up the brand. Came a long way from shaving the grass. Shout out to the most high, bruh. All the motivations out the mud. Now when I leave, I'm out of touch. This that more like turn it up. Major diff between love and lust. At the end, all start with trust. Like Lou Haynes up in them shorts. Played it wet like I'm on the coast. This hit mountain, no bragging boast. Different respect like bread and toast. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true.
Sometimes we win, but I never lose. Accepting defeat, excuse me, refuse. Lyrically spit, just one of my rules. All in my zone like Syracuse. Cautious is sick, my blow a fuse. Like Tupac, we spit camera crews. Them boys is lit, cameras and views. 100 mixtapes, no interviews. Sometimes we score, sometimes we bruise. Just know the path is something we choose. Never we rap, we pack venues. Rapping these beats is my revenues. Cats is fake, look at these dudes. Think shit sweet, like sugar cubes. Santa Fe mean, body is rude, tires is clean. Look at them shoes. Just keep winning and do what you do. Cause that's how we move. Follow our image and do what we do. We showing and proof. 3-story house with 40 rooms. 4 in the back with swimming pools. Nothing is free. We pay our dues. Smoking that sticky Gorilla Glue.
Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true. Just keep winning and do what you do. Homie, say true.
I gotta win, don't know how to lose. Clean as a fuck, bright in my jewels. Burning this gas, stink up the room. Palmers and leaves, we dropping it soon. Switching with L's, exit or doom. Locking the game, crazy is true. E.N.E. shit, this what we do. Charging you niggas cause we pay-per-view. Silence the critics and fuck niggas too. Hating is only gonna get you the flu. It's common, I'm cold, the virus is proof. Gelato the strain, my shit is the truth. We on the up, rally the troops. All of my niggas just spaz in the booth. That's all about business, I got on the suit. We plan to get millies and hop out of coops. I'm Tropicana, I got the juice. My bitch is bad, sweet as the tooth. Jacking my style, niggas really be mad. I follow the flow that they think they might have. Straight to the money, I'm getting the bag. Leaving them leaking, go get on my pad. I'm one of the best, I refuse to be last. Thought we was done, now we right on your ass.
Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Apply all the lessons and show how to improve. Call out your mood and dock out the truth. Watch what they do, but focus on you. Just keep winning and do what you do.